Amitabha. First of all, let's join our palms with sincerity and visualize our priceless lineage root guru, living Buddha Lian Yin, and homage to the lineage gurus and the three jewels represented on the altar. The beloved grandmaster, Mrs. Lu, the presiding master, Master Lian Yin, all masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, fellow disciples, and all the disciples and guests over the internet. Everybody, how do you do? Time flies. It's been a year and a half since I'm here at the head temple. And not only that, I'm able to listen to the Buddha's teaching, that I would be able to follow Grandmaster closely and would be able to personally watch and see Grandmasters and hear Grandmaster's talk and hear his laughs. Grandmaster's here just like the great Sun Buddha, Vairocana Buddha, a shining light all over. So every day is a good day. So I try to do my best in all my work here, but I can only do so much, and instead I eat quite a bit. So prior to trainings, someone, a reverend told me for 4 words, and just to let you connect with a lot more people. But these words reminded me quite deeply, because I want to help more people. And then the reverend said that, have you heard this statement? And Grandmaster Swan said that before you have attainments, it is impossible for you to judge other people. So this reminded me to always watch my speech. So no matter what, I have to watch that I don't create the karma based on my speech. Everybody, there another reference that reminded me to always read Grandmaster's books, because there are so many different kinds of dharmas, whether they're the light one or the deep one, all in Grandmaster's books. If you don't read Grandmaster's books or listen to his teachings, then that's such a pity. Although after you read them, you would forget about them, but if you often read them or listen to them, then you can increase your wisdom and always remind yourselves. And then that it is very difficult to meet a true guru or right guru, but you have met them, so you have to make the best of your life. And there was a reference that is very diligent, that every time he or she has the time, always chant and use the mala, always chant, whether it was just a short distance walk from the Tantric Court to the temple, they always do that. And there was another reverend that has a great heart and great mind. And when I have time, I would ask him for advice. And then sometimes, although things does not go according to my wishes, would remind me that it's okay, next time you can do better. And sometimes they would remind me quietly about when I don't do so well. And there's some that's very diligent, some is very patient, and whether perhaps just making a meal, and they would use their best to do that. And there's some that's very meticulous, they have a good speech. Some that can practice really well, some that can chant very well, and some that have a good heart that's willing to always help. So, etc., etc. So, getting along with others, you can always learn from them. So, there was a saying that say that among 3 people, one of them is my teacher. So, this way you would be able to continue to improve yourself. And to change yourself, you have to maintain a heart that is quiet and at peace and at ease. And you just follow Grandmaster's teachings and to do them. And then you have to honor the teacher, treasure the Dharma, and practice diligently. And here I would also like to offer my gratitude for grandmasters helping all sentient beings, and also to Mrs. Lu to direct us and guide us on the right path. And I wish that grandmaster and Mrs. Lu are always very healthy, very happy and joyous, and have great self-mastery, and always continually to save all sentient beings. And also wish all of us here and also everyone over the internet a Happy New Year, that we would put our best effort in our cultivation, that every year we would improve. There's progress year after year. Let's all join our palms with reverence and wholeheartedly homage to the true Buddha, lineage Truth Guru, living Buddha Lin Sung, all lineage gurus and all the three jewels on the altar. Grandmaster, Mrs. Lu, all masters, all Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, all disciples over the internet, everybody, how do you do? Just now we listened to Reverend Lian Zhong, and she's very fortunate because here everybody is helping her and giving her teaching. And this indicates that we have progress in our cultivation. So tonight we practice Kuan Yin, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, and in China, Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is very famous. There is a saying in China that in every home there is Kuan Yin, and in every house there's Amitabha. So this means that Kuan Yin and Chinese has great karmic connection. That every time you pray to Kuan Yin, and you would be answered. Your prayer will be answered. This reminded me of a story. There was the very famous, the most famous sage in the whole country, and also the worst villain of the whole country. And they were on the same boat, on an ocean sound. And then halfway there was the great storm. And that the storm and the wave almost turned over the boat, and everybody was scared. So everybody started to pray. And the villain also started to pray, kneeling there. And so the sage approaching the villain and said, don't pray too loud, quiet down. Because if Kuan Yin knew that you were here, then perhaps she would not help us. We would not be helped. So this let me think that is this sage a true sage? That Kuan Yin, every time you pray to her, she would appear. So she would not discriminate by seeing the sentient being, that she only appear for the good ones and not for the not so good ones. So about half a month ago, there were a group of disciples from Indonesia, and grandmasters during the teaching said that they eat and taking pictures and also asking for consultations, and they ask about their wives, children, wealth, career, about their lives, health, all about this life. And they don't ask much about cultivation. But grandmaster also said that although it's this way, I still let them ask why. Because this way it can help alleviate their sufferings and their troubles. So this is the four immeasurables: the joy, the mercy, and the compassion and equanimity of grandmasters, the manifestations of the four immeasurables. So when we help sentient beings, we have a discrimination. If we help our own family, sure, maybe some are not, but we have to think about who to